Hi everyone, this is going to be a video for the sign of Gemini, so we're going to go ahead and start. While I was shuffling the decks, because I've already pre-shuffled all the decks that I'm going to use, just to kind of save some noise there. The messages that I received, okay, so I got a few. Very strong Pluto energy. My nose actually started it felt like somebody was like tickling my nose, and I know that there's like a couple different things that could mean if you're somebody who's in like superstitions and whatnot. The way that I received it was somebody could be like paying you a visit, and that could be in spirit, or that could be physically somebody's going to like pay you a visit. You're going to receive some type of like insight or some type of like a gift. Reconciliation's involved. And I'm also seeing like a lesson of learning how to be more in unison with those around you. So I'm going to go ahead and jump right in here. I have all my decks kind of pulled out here. I feel like you guys are going through a time. Wow, look at that. Right on the bottom of the deck we have reconciliation here. And again, I've already pre-shuffled these decks, so all I got to do is just flip them, right? I feel like you guys have reached an ending of something, an ending or like a transitional point where you guys are like getting ready to enter into like the next phase. Like something's like ramping up for you guys. And I also kind of picked up on that like ramping up energy for the other signs that I've been reading, but it hasn't been as prominent as it is right now. So usually when I get reversals, I look at them a little bit differently, especially with this deck. I feel like Gemini, I feel like you might be struggling to let go of somebody who you had a deep connection with. I feel like there's been some type of an ending with somebody or like a situation, and that ending, there's a struggle to let go of it. There's a struggle to kind of accept what it is. There's a struggle to it's a struggle to release, really, is what it comes down to. It's somebody who you're very deeply connected to. Could have been in a relationship with them, could have been married to them, could have children with them. There's some type of an intense connection that you're in the process of letting go, but there's still some resistance that you're feeling, either consciously or subconsciously. There's still some type of resistance. You have codependency too. So that could be like straight up codependency on this person, where it's like you feel like you need them or they feel like they need you. And it's kind of keeping you in a frame of mind or in an energy that's actually keeping you from moving forward. And I feel like that might be, and see, my nose is like going off the deep end. Like it did not itch until I stepped on and like started connecting with your energy here. Like my nose is so itchy right now. There could also be some truth that comes out in a situation that might help release this energy, like something being revealed. Like you seeing something from a distance or seeing something from a different perspective. Addictions could be playing a part in things. You could have a strong connection with somebody who is suffering from an addiction, but you have to learn how to release that energy. It's not yours to carry. That's not your energy to carry. And if it's like if you're a parent and it's your child, that's a hard one, but it's a fine line, because you got to release this energy so that you don't lose yourself in the process of it. But there's some type of a codependency. You could be like purposely kind of distracting yourself from it, not wanting to see the truth of the situation when it comes to a connection that is so personal to you. But this connection that I'm feeling is somebody who's definitely struggling with some type of a codependency, whether it be on a substance, alcoholism, people, relationships, whatever it might be. But there's a strong emphasis on you needing to go through a transformation, or that other person needing to go through a transformation to release this energy, because this codependency builds. You see what I'm saying? Like you can't carry the weight of other people around you. The only thing that you can do is be responsible for yourself. You see what I'm saying? And I'm sorry if you can hear that in the background. It's a little noisy at my house, so I'm trying to get get my own peace. But I did see 444 when I looked on the clock, so that's interesting. You have 444 that popped through in the reading. Again, I'm so sorry if you can hear the noise in the background. It's just I don't live in a very quiet house, so I do the best I can. Yeah, and we have free yourself that actually just came out too. So this is really emphasizing that need to break out of a cycle, to break out of an energy, to release yourself from either A, feeling dependent upon somebody, or to release yourself from somebody who feels codependent upon you. You could also have some other minor addictions affecting your love life. Like you could be addicted to social media, you could be addicted to dating people, you could be addicted to whatever it might be. Like honestly, it could literally be anything that could potentially keep you stuck. They're saying to let that go because there's some type of a connection that you have with somebody very dear to you, but it's keeping you stuck. See what I'm saying? And you have reconciliation on the bottom of the deck, which I think is very interesting. So I'm going to pull one more card off the top here. Let your friends help you. Be careful of the people that you're talking to, because some people can, honestly, the more people that you interact with, sometimes it can actually make the situation harder, or it can make it worse emotionally. So just make sure that you're doing what's right for you in this circumstance. But I do see that you have people around you, like maybe go out with your friends more, like rely on them more to kind of like, you know, get back to doing the things that you like to do. Get back to doing the things that make you happy. You know, hang out with your friends, go out for a little while, you know, take a beach trip, take a mountain trip, whatever you're into, you know, go hiking, I don't know. Like, because the time has come for you to clear your energy, and I feel like it might have to do with some type of a strong connection that you have. Or the person who you're connecting with is going through this right now, and that's why they can't, like, that's why there's like a need for a reconciliation, because there's something taking place that this person needs to wrap up, that this person's breaking themselves out of, which actually kind of correlates with the other readings that I've been doing. So it could be either or, to be completely honest with you. So I'm going to move on to the next deck here. Now, this could be you or the person you're connecting with, okay? So again, there is some type of a silence. There's a need to quiet your mind. There's a need to really go within, channel with your intuition. Listen to the messages that are coming through to you, because I do feel that your intuition is very strong right now. So you are getting a lot of messages. You are getting a lot of downloads. It might be happening while you're dreaming and you might not be remembering it. Maybe try keeping a dream journal next to your bed. Like before your feet even hit the floor, write down something in your dream journal that you remember from a dream, because I feel like this is going to correlate with something. There's something also I almost just said astrological, because I was going to say astrological. There's something astrological about what's going on. There's a need for you to take time out and reflect, or there's a need for somebody to take time out and reflect, whether it's you or the person you're connecting with. There's something very urgent too, like very like abrupt, like, which is funny because the card that just came out is slowing down, but there's something very abrupt about it, where it's like you're gonna come to a halt with something, or to come to a pause. Like you're gonna hit the pause button with something, and you're gonna be like, hold on, I need to take some time out, I need to think about this. You might be realizing some stuff about yourself or about other people, about your connections to other people. This is a time for you to be really receptive. You have a lot of messages that are coming through to you. Try not to rely so heavily on keeping yourself busy, and be okay with having downtime. Be okay with having quiet time. Be okay being with yourself. You see what I'm saying? Like, be okay with that, because you're going to be able to receive a lot more when you're in a position to be open. But if you're in a position where you're kind of blocked off and you're like, oh, you're so focused on everybody else around you, you're focused on hanging out with people, you want to stay busy because it, makes you feel better. And I totally understand that. But you're going to have messages that are going to be trying to come through when you're by yourself. So that's going to be the time that you're going to see these messages, or you're going to feel these messages, or something's just going to happen where it's going to be a synchronicity. It's going to be something that's going to grab your attention, that's going to be like, okay, I need to open myself up to this. I need to slow my roll a little bit. Tortoises are very popular, like, in this energy right now, like an actual tortoise, a turtle. Like, there's something very popular about that. Like, I don't know what word I'm looking for with that. You're freeing yourself from a lot of heavy energy. Like, you could have been surrounded by people who were taking a lot from you, whether it be your energy, financial, material, emotional, like the people around you were taking, or there's also a way that this could be flipped, where this could be you, where because of the things that you had gone through, you had kind of taken on this energy, or the person you're connecting with has taken on this energy of just being like, no, what's mine is mine, and the rest of you guys can just stay away from me. Like, I'm just going to build a wall the size of space, and nobody's going to come near me anymore. There's a need for you to release that energy if it's you. If the person you're connecting with is feeling that energy, they're coming up to where they need to release that. And again, be careful of who you're talking to or who you're asking for advice from, because you have spirit here, okay? But the people in your circle might not have your best interest, or they might just be a little, like, they just want to get their hands on whatever it is that you have. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we kind of have, like, fair weather friends where it's like, oh, when it's good, but when it's bad, you can't find them. Like, they're nowhere to be found. Like, just be careful of stuff like that, because the energy is present. That's really what I'm saying. You could hear from somebody. You could be dealing with somebody from Sagittarius energy. You could hear from somebody just randomly out of the blue. I don't know what that pertains to in reference to this, but you could just randomly hear from somebody. There's an emphasis on figuring out what it means to be feminine, too. Like, what is your definition of masculine and feminine? Like, what is it exactly to you? What embodies that energy? What characteristics are that energy? Like I don't know how else to explain that other than it's an emphasis on, like, the mother, the feminine, the nurturer. Like, there's an emphasis on that energy here, where it's like coming to peace with it, or coming to peace with stepping into that energy. Maybe you've always been more in masculine energy, and it's like you're kind of uncomfortable with feminine energy, so you're learning how to embrace it. You're learning how to step into that. And again, that can apply for anybody. Like, we all have masculine and feminine energies, so that could apply to anyone. And again, this is a general reading, so not everything's going to resonate. And see, this is a lot more energy than what I was feeling for the other two readings. Like, it was very, like, almost, I don't want to say melancholy, but, like, very, like, the energy was very, like, monotone, very low, very, like, okay, like, we're just vibing, we're here. And then Gemini's like, boom! like, I don't know how else to explain it. It's like you guys come out, like, boom. But there's a very deep transformation that's taking place, but somebody needs to go inward. Yeah, oh my gosh, look at that. I literally just said transformation, and the transformation card just came out. So you're being guided through this is really what it comes down to. You're stepping into a new phase of life. You're stepping into a new chapter. You're stepping into a new role. You're stepping into a new lesson. You're stepping into just being able to master all these things around you. You're being very heavily guided. If there is a little bit of materialism, you know, just be honest with yourself and just be aware of it, and just know that part of what you're going to experience has to do with materialism. Like, I don't know if there's an energy on the board that found a lot of comfort in material things, which there's nothing wrong with that. We're all human, right? Like, that comfort needs to be shifted. It needs to be shifted from material items to finding that comfort inward. And I feel like that's like a personal transformation that somebody's going through during this time. Whether it's you or the person you're connecting with or somebody in your circle. You might be, like, witnessing it. Like, it could be your parent who's going through this, or a brother, a sister, a cousin. Somebody relatively close to you. It could be a romantic partner. It could be an ex-husband. It could be a boyfriend. It could be a girlfriend. It could be whoever. You see what I'm saying? But it's a need to quiet your mind. Like, try not to keep yourself so busy. Like, this is somebody who keeps themselves so busy that they don't have downtime. It's like the universe is going to put you on your ass because you need to go through this growth. You need to go through this. So if this is you, be aware of that. Like, the universe is going to come through. They're going to put you on your ass because you need to reflect. You need to close out some type of a chapter. You need to move forward from some type of energy. You need to break free from it. You need to come to peace with it, because if not, it's going to keep you. But see, I don't see that you have an option if this is you. Now, if you're connecting with somebody, they don't have an option either, because they're being pushed through this. It's like, okay, you need to identify this. You need to free yourself from this. You need to release your energy. You need to clear this. You see what I'm saying? Again, you could be connecting with somebody who has very strong fire energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. And I'm also feeling Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. But I'm also feeling like a very Piscean energy of just that high, like, dreamy type of state. Like something's going on in the dream world too. So yeah, somebody feels a little bit left out. They feel like they missed an opportunity. They feel like they could have done something a little bit differently in the past. This could be what somebody's avoiding. Could be dealing with a King of Pentacles, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. This person is somebody who works very hard, very diligently at what they do. They're very good at what they do. They're probably an entrepreneur of some extent. This King of Pentacles energy feels bad, or they feel left out, or they feel like they missed out on an opportunity. There's something very strong that's connected to music for them. Yeah, this is a total completion of something. You have the Ten of Swords. So it's like this is like an infinite ending, like a mental ending. With the Ace of Cups. It's like maybe somebody's choosing to walk away from a bitter type of an energy to like a sad type of energy. Like it could be a multitude of things. Like it might not be bitter, it might be sad. It might not be sad, it might be bitter. It kind of depends on each individual, right? Because we're all unique. So this energy, it's like this person had to learn that material things obviously can't make them happy. They can make themselves happy by doing the work on themselves, by being present in situations, by taking opportunities that, you know, people experience in life. Like this person's coming to a complete ending and transformation in their own way of thinking, the way that they do things, the way that they communicate is going to be changing. Like this was some type of a total ending. You could also be in a situation where you ended it with an earth sign, or you ended it with somebody who is a very strong King of Pentacles type of energy, like that came to a close. And even though there's a little bit of sadness and sorrow with it, you're gonna be able to pick yourself back up, because you're gonna find that Ace of Cups, you're gonna find that self-love, because you're gonna go through a transformation, as well as this person. This person's gonna go through a transformation as well. Yeah, there's that Five of Cups. So you go from the Ace of Cups to the Five of Cups. But I feel more reflection off of this. It's like being sad, feeling left out, and then going into like an introspection of like who they are as a person, what do they identify with, you know, what makes them feel happy, what makes them feel content, what makes them feel safe. Yeah, to find the truth. You have the Ace of Swords. So it's some type of enlightenment, some type of truth that comes out, clarity that comes through. You might be getting an apology from this person or somebody in your life who feels like they missed an opportunity. You might be a little bit skeptical about this person's offer, but they're going to come in a little bit more docile. They're going to come in a little bit more willing to... They're coming in like obviously connected into their emotions, but you know, being like, hey, like I'm sorry about this, like you know, like low key. Not low key, but like, you know, like they might just be like, yeah, I really screwed up, or I really did this, or I really did that. And if you are the King of Pentacles energy, you could also be going through a point in time where you're ending like a business, or you're stepping away from some type of a business to go after something that's more emotionally fulfilling. And this is like a complete ending because you've been enlightened to something. You've had clarity to something. It's like you found clarity on something that made you emotionally kind of that put you in distress. But so you're being guided to find this clarity. That's the thing, is I feel like you're being pushed into this. Or the person who you're connecting with is being pushed into this. And from my perspective, this is a masculine. And this masculine is being pushed to release something where they feel bad about it. Like they feel bad about something that took place. They feel bad about something the way it went down. But they're finding the ability to like love themselves and to not be so like cold. There's a coldness. There's a... Like, I don't know if you were maybe dealing with an air sign too, like where something just was not healthy. And it's like finding the strength to move forward and to actually deal with the emotions. Because you have clarity, you've gained clarity to something. And you have enough self-love and self-appreciation and self-worth to know that you can get through it. To start something new that's creative. You also could have been connecting with somebody who had a lot of competition around them, who was dating a lot, somebody who, just really liked a lot of personal attention. Like they had a lot of people on the side where it's like, hey, I'm dating a couple people and that's kind of where I like it. Like, I don't want anything serious. I just want something casual. This is an ending to that energy. Yeah, I feel like this King of Pentacles is going to put an ending to some type of a competition type of mindset or perspective or energy. It's going to be the end of the competitiveness. Hangman, this is a new perspective. This is enlightenment. This is like something coming to a close so that something could be reborn with unconditional love. Could be for themselves or for, in general, they found it. They found something, or you have found something. Where it's like you're realizing that what was going on wasn't actually fulfilling you. It wasn't serving you any good. So it's like you had to kind of change your perspective on something and be like, hey, I got to figure out, like I got to love myself first. And then you have the Page of Wands, which is very interesting to me because it's like fresh energy. So it's like somebody gains clarity on a situation. They gain that clarity and then they come through with a fresh perspective, a fresh energy. Like you could actually get a message from somebody. You might have been dealing with somebody in the past who is a little bit more closed off emotionally, but the new person if you are connecting with a new person, and this isn't the same old person that you've been dealing with, you're going to encounter somebody new who's going to come in very fresh. They're coming in very, very fresh. And then you have the Ace of Wands over the Five of Cups and the Ace of Swords. So it's very interesting to me because it's like, even though there's some sadness, it's like passion, clarity, being able to see something for what it is, being able to understand something for what it is, being able to see the truth of a situation. Maybe somebody in the past would always offer like, I wanted to say like apologies that were not whole, like there were holes in what they said, or like there were holes in like the things that they would say to you, and it would be like, roundabout lies, or like roundabout ways of explaining things, or like procrastination. Like there's some type of an energy there where it's like whatever past connection that was going on, there wasn't clarity with like the truth. So now this new person who's like stepping in is going to be more direct. You could also be going after something new, like business-wise, that brings a lot of excitement and a lot of passion towards you. Where it's like you go from feeling completely defeated to feeling absolutely enlightened and being like, oh my gosh, like this is my next adventure. This is what I'm going to get into. Because it's not about this. It's about this. It's about fulfillment. It's about being happy. It's not about this anymore. It's about this. But there's a lot of anxiety about making this change. There's a lot of anxiety about navigating it. Because it's a judgment call. It's like you have to change. Somebody has to change the perspective, whether it's you or the person you're connecting with. It needs to happen. It's a matter of time before it's even forced. You see what I'm saying? Like with judgment over top the Hangman. Like this is like it's like, okay, this or this. Like you have to make a judgment call here. You're being guided to make some type of a decision, but it gives you a lot of anxiety, or it gives this King of Pentacles a lot of anxiety to make this decision. But see, they have a fresh perspective on something. They know they know where their passion is. They're just kind of coming out of that Five of Cups energy. Like it's like breaking out of that Five of Cups energy to go after something that really gives them passion. But there's anxiety in doing so. And again, you have the Four of Wands here with foundation. So it's like they know where they want to invest. They know that they want to invest in this. They want to go after this. They want to start building this. You could be connecting with somebody new. Again, coming in as fire energy, this new person wants to build this. They want to build stability. They want to have something special. They want to go after something passionate. And then you have this other energy that's like, and I feel like I'm going to sneeze. Sorry, you guys had to listen to that. And I don't know how to edit it out of the video, so it is what it is. I just saw 444 on the clock again, so I don't know. There's some type of anxiety about a decision. I had hand sanitizer somewhere. I'll get it. Believe me, I'm not sick. I just have allergies because it's just where I live right now. The allergies are insane. Anyway, moving forward. Yeah, there's an energy here where it's like they have to make a decision about where they want to invest their time, where do they want to build this foundation, because they want to go after it. They want to. 9 of Pentacles, they're feeling good about themselves. They're feeling confident. It's like they want to reach after whatever this passion is. They're going for it. It's like once they pick themselves up from, feeling a little bit sad, feeling like they missed out on something, or feeling like they messed up on something, it's like they go right into this energy of being completely confident. You might hear from them. Page of Swords, might get a direct message about a new start with the Fool here. It's like it's wanting to take a leap of faith. But see, if you have somebody coming towards you, they're not coming towards you as a king. They're actually coming towards you as pages, which is kind of interesting to me, because I'm like, well, they seem more mature. Like the energy seems older, wiser, mature, but they're coming in very young. I don't know what that means, but they're coming in very young. You could get a message about a new start, somebody wanting to take a new start, or somebody traveling to see you, wanting to come see you, wanting you to come see them, or vice versa, whatever it might be. You have the Moon card with the 10 of Wands. So this is something that's been weighing very, very heavily on them, but it might not have been very clear. Like, you might not know that this person's been weighing this decision very heavily. Like, you might not know that. But it's secrets are going to be revealed, or something's going on in the background that you don't know about. And that's because it is what it is. It's divine timing, right? Like sometimes we're not meant to know everything. Sometimes we're not meant to know what's going to happen next, because it's part of the plan for us that, like this is what we got to experience. So you're not going to know everything. So there's something that's going on in the background that's being like orchestrated, that's like, okay, this is kind of illusionary, like what's going on? I feel really confused. I feel like something's going to happen. Something's going to step in. Somebody's going to step forward. Somebody's going to say something. There's communication across the board, clear as day, new perspective on something. Knowing that something's been weighing on them that they have to make a decision about wish fulfillment. 9 of Cups. It's like, where does it lie? Like, where's your passion? Where's your fulfillment? Like, what makes you feel fulfilled? Like, what drives you? Like, where's your voice at? Like, all this stuff is getting worked out. Queen of Pentacles. Look at that court couple. So you're coming in with an energy here that is able to be matched by someone else. Like, someone else is matching your energy right now, and it's like they're looking right at you. But you might not be looking at them, because you're working towards your goals, and they're coming right up, like sneaking right up on you. But this person's also been through a big transformation as much as you have, or it could be vice versa. They could have been the one who had to go through this transition, or it could have been both of you, or it could have just been you. You see what I'm saying? It could be either. I just dropped all my cards here. I'm going to put them back. That was like that. That was like that. Okay. And then at the bottom of the deck, you actually have the Death card here, which is very interesting, because it's like you're moving forward relatively quickly after this transformation, because there's some type of seeds that have been planted. And I feel like it's going to be made a lot clearer to you in time, too. So let me pull one of these cards for Gemini. It's like you're aligning with somebody with unconditional love. But you got to get through these last little loose ends, is what I keep saying. It's like loose ends. Like, I don't know what that means. Like, I don't know what loose ends means. It might have a meaning to you, but there's a lot of Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, and a lot of Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn across the board here. Sorry, my deck is just not cooperating with me right now. You guys got 2. A lot of orange. A lot of orange here. You guys, again, with that fire energy, like big time fire energy. So, regret. I know that I cannot change the past. So clearly in the beginning of the reading, I definitely picked up on some regret coming from somebody who felt like they really messed up on something or felt like they could have handled something differently. That's a big lesson that's being learned right now, is regret. I know that I cannot change the past. And then forgiveness. I think this is really appropriate. I acknowledge that harboring resentment blocks the flow of love. So it's, whether it's you or the person that you're connecting with, this is what you're learning right now. It's regret and forgiveness. Like this deck, I think, is called A Soul's Journey, if I'm not mistaken. And these are really great cards, like with really great affirmations on them, which are really, really useful. And I just love the colors when they come out, you know. But it's like either you or the person you're connecting with is learning, like, how to have forgiveness with themselves and with others. And to know that, you know, like, holding on to things, like, you can't change the past. So it's like you have to speak your truth. You have to move forward with it and know that, you know, the things in the past are the things in the past. Like, you can't go back and you can't change them. And even though things could have maybe been done differently, maybe not, who knows, we all have a journey here, and we all have things that we're here to learn. And sometimes we don't always understand that until way later in time, when it's like, oh yeah, remember when I went through that? Like, that actually taught me something about what I'm dealing with right now. And I think that's very important, because this is what's being learned. This is what somebody is experiencing right now. They're experiencing forgiveness. They're experiencing regret. And those are pretty big. Like, those are big ones. Like, I acknowledge that harboring the resentment blocks the flow of love. I acknowledge that harboring resentment blocks the flow of love. I know that I cannot change the past. I know that I cannot change the past. I know that I cannot change the past. I felt like saying that 3 times. I don't know why. But yeah, I hope that these messages helped you, Gemini, and I look forward to connecting with you guys soon, again, in the near future here. I am open for personal readings. Please feel free to email me about them, and yeah, that's about it. Thank you guys so much for your support. Thank you guys for the subscribes and for the likes and the comments and the shares. It means the world to me. I appreciate you guys. I love you guys so much. And again, I look forward to talking to you guys soon. Take care.